What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. There is nothing going on in the world of gaming news right now, and you can kind of see it if you're watching some of your favorite YouTube channels talking about random drama that's being, I don't know, drummed up, invented, created out of thin air just to get some people to go watch some videos. And not complaining, because that's how YouTube works, as I say all the time. But I wanted to take some time today, because it's a slow news day, to talk about your channel. If you're thinking about creating a channel, or if you're thinking about how to grow your channel and you want to steer clear of the drama, what can you do? You're probably not going to like the answer. So let's talk about drama. I see a lot of channels, big and small, drumming up random manufactured drama just to get some clicks right now, which is totally fine, by the way. Not knocking anybody for doing it, because, you know, it brings in the views. Trust me, I know. I saw a video on Twitter posted by a friend of the channel, Xander Scullion, talking about his frustrations with people who are complaining about drama.
I see a lot of people over the past couple of years, actually, that have been talking about how they wish YouTube was back the way it used to be with gaming, that people just upload videos talking about video games, and it was a passion. It wasn't all about the Patreons. It wasn't all about, you know, the views, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't all about the algorithm. Well, let me tell you, there are people that are passionate about video games that are still making videos. They're out there. You're just not watching them.
And I share those same frustrations. I've talked about this a number of times in the past too, so I'm probably covered it before too. But just to run over it again, people that talk about how much they hate drama are typically the same viewers that watch all the drama. People say they want you to talk more about video games and more channels that just focus on games because the drama's getting out of hand. You're watching the wrong channels, bro. There are hundreds of small channels, maybe even thousands. Probably. YouTube's huge, YouTube gaming especially, and they all focus on gaming. Anything you fancy. You want to talk about Super Nintendo, you want to talk about TurboGrafx 16, Dreamcast, whatever it is, there's a channel out there for you. You want potpourri, you want a whole bunch of retro, you want the new stuff, there's a channel for that too. The problem comes in with the algorithm and how it pigeonholes viewers down a certain road, and they don't know how to get off the highway and find something else. They just let the algorithm control what they view. So whether you like it or not, if you are watching, for example, something that's big right now is the Johnny Depp trial. Lots of drama with that Johnny Depp trial. Lots of entertainment, lots of small funny parts that keep happening throughout it. They're just pulling people in, and I admit I've watched a few of it myself, and it's highly entertaining to me. But once you start watching something like that, it brings you down this rabbit hole of more and more videos covering the trial, more and more opinions, angles, comedy, you know, a whole bunch of different stuff that you get just from watching a video in that genre. And I've talked about this before till my face turns blue. The YouTube algorithm is the main culprit for this. And it's a shared stake where the viewer can stop watching it and choose something else, but they have to manually do that. And what I've learned is the viewers don't do that. They just consume what is put in front of them. And YouTube knows this too. Google, the parent company, is making record profits right now. People say that YouTube's losing the money. It's not. Billions and billions. They just reported earnings from YouTube ad revenue alone. They are killing it. And how? By keeping people glued to their screens watching junk food, drama, stuff that they can have conversations with the people they hang out around and feel like they're in the know. It's the same reason a lot of news channels have kind of veered more towards the opinion aspect of news instead of just actually covering the news. Because let's be honest, if you're just covering the news 24 hours a day and there's nothing really happening, gets pretty boring. People tune out, they go watch something else. You need to create something that keeps them connected and making them feel like they need to watch what happens next so that they're able to fully understand and digest the conversation and topic and be able to speak to it. Now, another way to put that is to regurgitate what someone else says to make them feel like they know what's going on because they heard someone who's a professional say something, and now that's their thought too. And I mean, to full disclosure, I'm guilty of it too. It's happened to me, and I've fully acknowledged it, and I've tried really hard to take a step back and think for myself at all times. But it's becoming increasingly difficult in the age that we live in right now because everything is just force-fed to you, especially if you're plugged in. But anyways, back to the main topic here. People complaining about drama are watching drama. It's being force-fed to them, and they can't escape it. And I do, partial blame goes on the viewer, but I don't blame the viewer as much as most people do. I blame the algorithm. Because the algorithm puts people in a bubble. In this bubble, once you get put in it, it is very challenging to escape. There are fantastic channels out there that I only learned about because I did channel review sessions back in the day where they were just people starting out looking for attention, looking for help, looking for friends, looking for a common interest. Like, people would come and somehow would find it, God only knows, through the, I guess, Twitter sharing and all that stuff. Because when I was a smaller channel, it would just, I'd be in a bubble and nobody would find it except for friends that would share stuff. And these are the channels that you need to like search out and find, or hope that they somehow find you through a mutual. I think that's why it's so important to have connections and friendships built. And it's something that I used to knock, actually, back when I was getting jealous and frustrated at how YouTube worked. I was like, oh, all these big channels just grouping together and pushing each other further, or all they're doing is pushing the little guy down. Yep. But I mean, welcome to how YouTube works. Like, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And if you're not going to be pushing forward and growing, then someone else is going to step in your place and do that. And I think being able to take a step back from all this has helped me realize that jealousy doesn't get you anywhere. Talking about drama can, but you have to do it intelligently. You can't just talk about drama for the sake of talking about drama. You have to have a reason, you have to have an angle, you have to have a passion about it. My most recent video talking about Destiny FOMO, for example. I saw people on Twitter after I made that video like, why does everyone care about what Destiny FOMO's doing with her game collection? I mean, to me, she's a public figure, and her story is intriguing. It's interesting. It's like, why do people care about J-Lo and Ben Affleck or whoever the hell she's with now? I clearly don't keep up with that, but it's the same type of thing. It's like when you get to a certain celebrity status, people are interested in what you are doing with your daily life. It's the weirdest phenomenon, something I still have trouble grasping, but from what I can make of it, it's people just trying to keep up with what's going on to be able to speak to it when they're having conversations. It gives them talking points, good conversation icebreakers, makes them feel like they're more intelligent when it comes to reality. So that's why drama does well. And why someone talking about, as Sandia put it, Grandia doesn't really get the views. I mean, I can speak to that personally. I look at my video talking about triangle strategy. I've been doing YouTube long enough to know when I make a video, I have a really good idea of almost exactly how many views it's going to get before I even push publish. And typically, at this juncture of my career, I'm like typically within 500 views of that guess. And I knew the triangle strategy video was going to do poorly compared to my videos talking about the Intellivision Amico, for example, or even Destiny FOMO, or even Pat and Ian, or Review Tech USA, or insert whatever person, pro Jared, or any situation that's happened that's interesting. Because these videos, when you focus on a personal aspect, something that people can relate to, it impacts them more deeply than just talking about surface level video game stuff. Now, again, not to say that video game content can't do well. I'm just explaining why it's far more challenging for it to. There are plenty of channels out there that have hundreds of thousands of views on Triangle Strategy, but those channels have been around for a while, have typically a big budget advertising, editing, and just a passionate creator that it's just, that's what they do. And that market is kind of cornered. So if you're starting a YouTube channel and you're like, oh, I want to make it big by talking about video games, good luck to you. I strongly believe that you should be doing that out of passion and expect nothing, because more likely than not, if you're not like a random shooting star like Scott the Woz, you're not going to make it far. If your intention and your goals are like to get to 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, don't even bother turning on the camera. You should be focusing on the passion of it. And like I said, one of the things that I've really focused on when I started my YouTube channel was to be that person, was to be the guy that grew big and had a super popular channel. And I always wanted that. That was like one of the things that pushed me to even get into it. And it's kind of funny, as I started doing YouTube, I'm like, maybe I'm not gonna make it there. What am I gonna do? Quit? Potentially. I mean, I had made a couple videos threatening that, but I always kept coming back to YouTube because of the community, because of the people, because of the connections I've made, and just the feeling of being in the know with social butterflies that are just on top of it. And sometimes I take a break. Sometimes I step back. Sometimes I'm just not feeling it. And I think that's really healthy. I think that's something that a lot of channels, especially smaller channels, need to think about. It's because if you're trying too hard and pushing too hard, you're not going to go anywhere. Well, we got some horses up here. Do you mind if I record them?
Thanks for asking, girl. I don't care.
Thanks. They are beautiful. Look at them.
Most people just do it.
Well, you know, the age of TikTok these days, people just feel like they could just do whatever. Can I pet it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that one wants to pet.
They're all friendly here.
Anything goes, Remy.
You do what you want. Climb on the back.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they are
This
beautiful.
one. Look at this one. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. I don't have any food. I don't have any
I
food.
know, he's smiling for treats. That's what he does.
Oh,
You always touch him at the shoulder.
the shoulder.
Yeah, he's gonna come up this right here.
Oh, okay.
Better.
That's the greedy.
This guy is, oh, he's standing still. Good boy.
Aw,
He's usually a little skittish, so he likes you.
aw. Adorable. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Whoa, jeez.
Stop. She's flirting with you.
Oh. Yeah.
He means his butt.
So, where was I? A bunch of random horses there. That was pretty cool. Sometimes that happens on this trail. I usually don't record them, but yeah. Anyways, people get too fixated on growing, and then they forget the reason why they started the channel in the first place is the passion. And maybe you grow, maybe you don't. Focusing on drama as a smaller channel, unfortunately, the way the algorithm's set up, it's really, in the modern era of YouTube, prove me wrong, it's the only way to grow. It's the only way to go anywhere. So I understand why a lot of smaller channels just always fall back to it, because if you make a channel and you love video games and you make a video on video games and it goes nowhere, and you put 8 to 10 hours of effort into editing it, it can be a little bit defeating and deflating and frustrating. And then you make a reaction video to a Nintendo Direct or the latest drama surrounding a video game company, and it gets thousands of views and you get a ton of subscribers from it. I mean, which road you're gonna go down if you're looking to grow, if you're looking to get views, if you're looking to get attention, which most people are, not everyone, most people are trying to do on YouTube. So I think that's why it always funnels down to drama, and why drama sucks everybody in. And for the people that say, stop doing drama, stop talking about drama, no one cares, those are the people that always watch the videos, the drama videos. Those are the same people that don't watch my triangle strategy video, but will come to my drama video and say, hey, don't do drama. Like gatekeeping what I do on my channel from this random nobody that I've never seen before. Hysterical. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I just wanted to cover it in a more expanded fashion from what Xander said earlier today. And hopefully I got all my thoughts out there. Be very interested to hear what you guys have to say about this situation. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing.
Smash and shake.